Fashion Declares launches Regenerative Fashion Day and brings the industry together under the banner of the Regenerative Fashion Conference for everyone who works in the fashion industry. Fashion needs to redesign itself to be regenerative and to operate within planetary boundaries. There are no shortage of solutions. We'll be hearing from pioneering brands, from expert practitioners and campaign organisations on just how to do that. It would be fantastic if you could talk about some of the initiatives that are looking at the kind of transparency tools, but also with the incoming regulation and legislation.
And it's about saying, how can we create a thriving industry which supports livelihoods, but not at the expense of the environment?
Our recent campaign is called Fossil Fashion, and as the name reveals, it exposes fashion industry's growing reliance on fossil fuels. We're known for our work for exposing irresponsible practices by companies.
The opportunity I think that we have with the wool industry is to change the model away from just a pure commerce trading model to something which is actually going to become a force for good.
We do things like measuring a company's carbon footprint, setting science-based net zero targets, assisting companies with setting up a net zero carbon reduction strategy.
The most important thing to remember, a lot of times you get lost because there's not a formula to regenerative agriculture, because the climate, the soil, the surroundings, the ecosystem is completely different.
Our perspective is that fashion at the moment is built on the concept of oppression, exploitation, commodification of life.
There is no fashion on a dead planet, nor is there any sustainable fashion without fair pay. It's not just the regeneration of the land, but a whole reimagining of what the fashion industry is and what it could be.
We have a number of tools that we utilise and buy in data sets, for example, but then we also try to keep our ear to the ground by speaking to a number of NGOs and other stakeholders to inform our engagement programmes.
Any discussion about regenerative fashion has to include refugees. Refugees are one of the disasters that we're facing in our lifetime.
Importantly, we pay the contribution, the premium, the living wage premium, to every single worker in the factories. When we started in India, not a single woman was working in mid-management roles. Now we have about 20% of women in supervisory positions. Still some way to go, but importantly, they are the role models for other women.
The industry we want is a multi-stakeholder initiative seeking to accelerate change, really drive industry transformation forward. The industry dashboard came into creation, or was developed. It was a way for all of us to have a common understanding of the state of affairs of the sector on the 3 pillars of change.
It's so good to have so many intellectual, amazing people in one place, and the issues that we're dealing with are so big and so embedded that we need to have these discussions.
We are in trouble because we do not have a good story at the moment. We are between stories.
To me, if you're a good business, you understand that you should not be doing this stuff. Why would you think that that's okay?
Creating self-objectification because of the unachievable body imagery that we're shown, the hypersexualisation, the ageism that is in the industry. But what if we were all to say, I'm not buying it?
As we know, these interrelated issues are hugely complex. And to be able to unpick them in this forum with these panellists from such incredible organisations, it's been really inspiring, and I think a feeling of incredible hope here.
you.